Welcome to a new episode of Sibling Sundays. This is Banjo-Kazooie, the first game I played on the N64.
I like this game.
Or one of three games that I played on the N64. I don't know if this was exactly the first. I want to bet that Mario 64 was, because that was the one I was most familiar with. Because on Christmas when I got that Nintendo 64, I don't know, for the longest time I'm like, was that me? Nah.
Yes.
I had a similar reaction, but I don't think that was me in particular. But yeah, I got Super Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, and Zelda Ocarina of Time.
I always try to get the blue one first.
Mostly because it's the easiest.
No, because it's my favorite color.
Blue's my favorite color. Everything in this game has voices. Hooray!
Some of them are annoying. Not this
Well,
one
yeah,
so
because
much.
at that time, to save space on the cartridges,
No.
because cartridges don't hold as much space as discs, and even though Nintendo was very stubborn with their cartridges, PlayStation was like, but you could store so much more on a disc. That's why companies like Squaresoft and the RPG makers were just like, we're gonna go to the disc. We can make our bigger RPGs there. You have fun with your cartridges. But one fun fact, I learned this about Super Mario 64, is Bowser's growl.
Yeah.
When they sped up that sound effect, that's how they made the Boo laugh. That eh.
Awesome.
So
I love Boo. And Bowser.
in Super Mario 64, when Bowser goes, "Ruh, ruh, ruh, ruh," that sound sped up is the Boo. And all the sounds of this game was basically like one or two voice actors, and then just altering their grunts and groans, like low, oh ah, oh ah, oh ah, and then like when they raise the pitch, they get this. You must search for talents
So
in
annoying.
each world. They'll help you progress
It's so annoying.
through the witch's lair.
It's like the Roadrunner sped up.
Alright. So this was one of Rare's first 3D platformers. They originally did the Donkey Kong Country games, and then shimmy shimmy. There we go.
Don't care.
Run, run. Even the oranges are characters.
Why?
Because it's the world of Banjo-Kazooie. Everything has eyes.
Okie dokie. Please tell me you only want one.
The oranges have eyes, the jiggies have eyes, the hills have eyes.
No.
Never saw that movie.
Eh.
I am excited to see the Id remake, though.
It's really not that great.
Even though I'm gonna miss Tim Curry.
See, it's...
The lack of Tim Curry hurts me. But other than that, because I heard, like, Tim Curry's my idol. One of my idols.
Okay, but, like...
Did you know that the movie Legend inspired The Legend of Zelda?
What's the movie Legend?
It's that fantasy movie with Tom Cruise and Tim Curry as the devil. Or I don't think it's... He's supposed to be the devil, but his name's like the Darkness. The Lord of Darkness or something like that.
Oh.
And it's all about like a unicorn and stuff. I saw it once. It was interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't remember much of the plot aside from Tim Curry wanting like the blood of a unicorn. There's a princess and
Blood
like,
of a unicorn, so...
yeah.
Voldemort?
This was before Voldemort.
He eats the unicorn.
I'm surprisingly not big on Harry Potter. I don't hate it.
No, I'm
but
not
I'm just
either.
kind of like,
I fell off after, like, the third movie. I was like, alright, this isn't going where I thought it was gonna go, so I'm out.
run! Toro, Toro. Like when it comes to like
Okay, Barnes
fantasy
wasn't over
tiers,
there, so I'm guessing
I think
he's
it's like
over
Lord of the
here.
Rings, then Star Wars, and Game of Thrones. No, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, then Star Wars. There we go. Then like Narnia and Harry Potter. I guess I put pirates in there, but I only really like the first movie, so then it gets a little sketchy. There really aren't that many big fantasy franchises when you think about it. Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings.
Are we? So we are counting TV shows too.
Yes. Though the production of Game of Thrones is like surpasses any television show ever before, and
I haven't watched it. Aha! I win! I call that one purple. If it's pink, I'm in denial. I will remain in denial.
is there another purple one?
No.
Well, then there you go. Wap, wap, wow.
Alright, where is he?
Where's who?
Bottles.
You gotta find his hills.
I know.
His little mounds. There was one up where you got that orange. Did you talk to him there?
He was over there?
Yeah.
Crap.
Head back that way.
Heading back.
Use your roll, you travel faster. Actually, that's never been proven. That's kind of like, in Zelda,
Looks like it
how
slows you down
people
because
would
after
just
you roll, you stop. For a
I can
while.
go up that way. I love the soundtrack to this game. Made by the one and only Grant Kirkhope, who recently said, you know what, I wouldn't mind composing for a Zelda game.
Wait, I thought you said Bottles was over here.
Well, yeah, but these are open worlds, so you can kind of like go anywhere you want, do them in any order.
Right, but I'm trying to find Bottles so I can
Like, that's an interesting thing.
learn to go up the hill thing.
Of the big difference between this game and Super Mario 64 is like Mario 64 like kind of selects it in a way. You can get the stars in any order, but they're more or less divided into like little segments of you get this star and then it takes you back to the main hub, and then you get this star and it takes it back. Whereas in this game you can get like all 10 jiggies and it will never take you back to the main hub. The main hub is more or less your choice.
That's cool.
Alright, get up on that stump,
Uh-huh.
head up there, and there's the mound.
Oh!
Right with all those eggs.
There he is.
No. Do like the
Doesn't he
backflip.
have... yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
crouch and hit A.
I'll crouch.
There you go.
Just, you gotta be closer.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Now you can talk to him.
Now the eggs are talking to me. Excuse me, trying to talk to Bottles here.
Now he'll teach you how to shoot eggs.
Shoot eggs?
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn how to go up the slope.
That's later on.
Oh.
You just said you wanted a bottle, so you didn't specify which one.
I said I wanted to go up the slope.
There's a spiritual successor to this game that's coming out on the Switch. It's already out on the PlayStation 4, but it's hit with a lot of controversy.
What is a spiritual successor?
That means they're trying to redo this, but they don't have the rights for the same characters, so they just do it again, but with different characters.
I wish everything would do that. All these reboots with the same characters, Teen Titans, are just... they're on my list of things that if I had the power,
From what I
would
heard,
destroy.
Young Justice is the spiritual successor to the original Teen Titans.
Yeah, but that one's good.
Yeah, that's usually what a spiritual successor is. It's like the same...
Yeah, they're good.
The
In a
same
way.
type of... not really type of writing, but like the same format, just different characters, different story.
The same idea.
Same
which
idea,
is
yeah.
fine. I mean, stuff does the same ideas all the freaking time.
I don't think you have that ability.
What is this?
That's where you jump and like ground pound,
No, I
and
don't
you like
think I
hit
do.
Z while you're in the air. Okay, so you gotta wait.
Nope, I don't. Okay. We got eggs.
Well, if you got eggs, then you gotta hit what's his name in the face. Congo.
What's yours? Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Get up and shoot her! Shoot her!
What?
And I mean, spiritual successors aren't always as good though, because sometimes they just try to do the same thing with new characters and either A, add nothing new, in the case of Ukulele is what it's accused of, or they forget what made it special in the first place in the case of Mighty Number 9, which is the spiritual successor to Mega Man.
do you hit him in the...
You gotta get closer and then just hit him in the, like, the chest or whatever.
Oh, I already hit him in the chest.
Well, keep at it. Look out! He's gonna keep hitting you.
Clearly! Damn
So
it.
you just gotta watch yourself and then,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like 2 or 3 times and then... Da, 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 da. Faster. There you go.
Guess it only takes 3 hits.
That's usually the magic number for most things.
Most video games.
In Banjo-Tooie, for the bosses, there's actually a counter of like how many hits the enemies take.
This dude gives me 2 jiggies?
Mainly for bosses. Yeah,
What's up, dude?
he's hoarding them. Okay, now you want to go back up that slope that I showed you earlier. That you
Right.
can actually climb up.
With the ants.
They're actually termites.
They're termites?
Yeah, the whole thing's a termite mound.
Oh, that's fun.
Crunch them and collect a honeycomb. I think one of the funniest differences between Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie is the obvious notice of Banjo hitting puberty. And when we get to Banjo-Tooie, you'll notice the difference. Also, the fact that they actually like use Banjo, whereas in Banjo-Kazooie it's mostly Kazooie pulling all the weight. You can't go in here yet.
Oh, that's right. I gotta wait for Mumbo Jumbo to turn me into stuff.
There you go.
I love him.
Ah, oh, oh, ah, ah. Well, he's better in Tooie because you can actually play as him. But I think
I know. I love that. And he has this weird kind of X's vibe with that chick.
Oh, Humba Wumba?
Yeah.
In a way, it's more like they like copy each other's jaws, so they're like very competitive.
I don't know. They got some sort of
You're probably not the first person to ship
their
those two.
X's. I
Probably
don't know
not
about
the first
shipping.
ball.
I mean, I guess I do ship some weird shit. So
No, that's like one of the shippings in video games that makes sense. I mean, they're both shamans.
yeah, it does make sense.
They both want to one-up
I'm
the
just
other in
saying.
the
I
business.
think they've already, been there, done that.
And,
But
like,
some stuff you ship, you wait for them to get back together.
because Rare loves women with huge knockers. Like all their women models have like just big breasts, and Humble Wumba's no different. She is blessed. To quote the brain from Pinky and the Brain, I'd say puberty was an ordinary kind to you.
That's interesting. What's up, dude?
Yeah, you can say that one's the purple one, because the
Yes,
other
I
one
can.
left is green and yellow.
Yes.
Cool, we got 4 jiggies. Let's see how many we'll make before the part's over. Oh, need that.
I want Mumbo.
Well, Mumbo's up on the other hill, the higher hill.
Is that the one I can't get to until I learn how to walk slopes?
No, you can get there.
I'm good.
Don't go that way. See? Over in the distance. By the way, there's a mound. Right dead ahead. Talon trot. Yeah, you learned
There
the
it
Talon trot.
is. Yes.
We were talking and you learned the Talon trot, you didn't even know it.
No.
That's fine, we got it now. So now you can just trot all
yeah.
over the place.
Woohoo!
There, level's a lot easier now. No slipping and sliding. Up you go. Goblins.
Dying. Them, not me.
Okay, there is another Ekombokum under the steps of Mumbo's
There,
porch.
I see it.
And
How many do you need for him
I
to
think 4.
rock on?
Oh, there's one in the eye. The Jiggy, that is.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Oh, 5.
Turn my...
Huh.
5.
Alright, there's one more that we're looking for.
Right. Best shaman in all game. I love Mumbo Jumbo.
Oh, God, oh, God.
I call him Mumbo Jumbo. That's not his name.
I think it is his name.
Yay! Mumbo Jumbo.
I could be wrong.
Did you try setting it to Wombo? Wombo's not a word.
I Wombo, you Wombo, he, she, we, Wombo, blah, 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 blah. I wonder if falling from this height's high enough to kill me. Okay, there should be another mound up around here somewhere. Oh, bottles. Somewhere in this little village. Look around for that. There it is!
I got it.
Yonder ho!
What up, Bubbles?
And I think he teaches you the ground pound. The Beak Buster! Jump into the air, then press C! There you go. So you can smash these to get your Jinjo and another Jiggy. And then you can go back to that switch.
Smash what, the hut?
And smash that. Yeah, you can smash the huts.
Ah, cool.
By using the Beak Buster.
Alright, quit flirting, you two. I got a job to do. Come on. Come on. I ain't shipping that.
He has a wife and kids. You see him in the sequel when he's murdered.
Yeah, see, now I was gonna say they're dead, but... Or he dies, but he went...
Murdered!
Yeah.
They destroy him.
Spoiler alert!
Oh, spoiler for the
He
first
didn't
5
say.
seconds of the sequel. Shame on me, the whole point of the plot.
Well, if they haven't even heard of the, you know, the one we're playing right now, then they wouldn't know anything about the sequel.
I don't know. He dies.
Yes! It's a horrible, horrible death.
I always go back to that old, There's like a video on the internet of like, the author of Game of Thrones. And he's like, every time you complain, I kill a character. They sail to the west, he dies.
That's fun. So there he is! What up, green dude?
And then there was one. The yellow one.
I'll find it. Know what I'm doing? You know, one of those rare games where I actually know what I'm doing. Quit with your...
And you never heard from him again. Kerplunk!
There we go. What's her point?
There we go, got 6.
What's the deal with this guy?
You have to shoot eggs into his maw. All about the timing. We Juju, Bumbles to tumble, feed us with nice blue stones.
Crap.
Too slow. We starving. Try a different approach.
Clearly.
Rule number 95, kid. Aim!
I am aiming.
There you go. Now, what you want to do is only do like 2 of them, I think, and then you like jump off top because there's a Jiggy like hanging above them. But if you do all of them, you don't get the Jiggy. So there's a special timing to this thing. Alright, one more. Well, can you? I don't think you can go that high though.
No.
So
I guess it's 3.
so try this one. They do get a little faster though.
Timing! It's key!
You literally shoot the egg each time. Like, try a different method. No, not that kind of method. I mean, just faster. I guess I'm speeding this up in post. There you go. Stop. Now, hop on that. Hop on pop. Oh, that's just that.
honeycomb.
Still very important. There you go. Cool.
Turn on.
I'm an extra honeycomb piece. Collect 6 of us to increase.
There we go.
There's your Jiggy.
I got it. I know what I'm doing.
Okay, and that's pretty much the part.
Aw. No mumbo jumbo turning me into a termite.
No, because you didn't find the other score.
I don't know where it is.
I'll see you guys next time for another game. Farewell.